Welcome to Monday Morning Quarterback. I am your host, Youth One's Ryan Oliver, and today I'm very excited because I am joined by a rising talent from the 2026 class, Thomas Winston IV. Thomas, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Tom, I'm excited to have you on to get to know you a little bit. You're a rising talent from the 2026 class, and you play the quarterback position. I want to start there. How long have you been playing the quarterback position, and what do you enjoy most about that position?
Uh, I like being a leader. I like being able to lead my team by example, and I've been playing since I started playing football, really, since 6U, and yeah,
And how old are you now?
14.
So it's been about 8 years.
Yes, sir.
That's cool. And do you know, can you think back to then and I guess to 6 years where you said you kind of started, what made you gravitate towards the quarterback position? Was it just a natural like ability or was it the leadership thing?
I think it's a mix of both because I've been good at it for a long time, and I just gravitated towards it because of the leadership role that it has on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom, I wanted to ask you about leadership. So I will now. You mentioned being a leader is kind of an important thing for you. And obviously being a quarterback, you serve as a leader on the field. Do you feel like you're a leader at the team you play for now? And tell me a little bit about what your leadership style is.
Um, Man. So I think I'm a good leader. I like to lead my team by example instead of yelling at them. I'd rather show them, like
Yeah.
what to like at practice, making sure they know what to do, like during the water break, sprinting off the field, stuff like that. You know, being a leader by example.
Yeah, and it sounds like encouragement is something that you kind of take pride in, and is like being there as like a support system, and not necessarily being in their face, but kind of just pushing them and encouraging them along so you guys can get it done on the field. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Thomas, you were actually named to our next up watch list as a seventh grader. That's a watch list that identifies rising talents from the seventh grade class. And you're doing your thing out there in the field. I want you to tell me a little bit about how you feel like your game has progressed over the past couple of years and how you're feeling about your game right now.
I think I'm pretty good overall. I can work in the pocket and I can work outside the pocket with my legs. I think I'm a playmaker. And I think that's a big part of my game.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned being a playmaker. I want to ask you about your strengths in your own words. What would you identify as strengths in terms of your skill set?
I think the biggest part of my game definitely has to be using my legs to make plays, throwing on the run, escaping pressure, and I can run the ball too. I think that's a big part of my game.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking at the film that you had sent me a few days ago, and I was impressed by your ability to evade pressure and to make plays, kind of when the play breaks down, not always, running by design from the quarterback position, but just kind of improvising and using your God-given athleticism to, make plays. And I think that that's really awesome for an athlete like you to have that versatility. But let's not sell your arm short. You got a nice arm on you. You can throw a nice strike too, and you have pretty good accuracy. I think that you keep working. You got a mighty impressive skill set there. So keep doing your thing, keep working hard. I want to ask you, for someone that has never seen Thomas Winston play before, and they come to a game where you're playing quarterback, what can they expect to see?
It's gonna be an exciting game. I use my legs a lot, but I can work in the pocket too. Um, and you can also see me being a leader. Encouraging my teammates even when we're down. Still making sure they have the right state of mind, stuff like that. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah,
And you
go
come
ahead.
to play, you're gonna see me being a leader. You know that, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just gonna add. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just gonna add. I think that they'll see a real athlete out there. Someone that's a real just a talent. I think that at your age, you got a lot of athletes are just kind of finding their way, finding their niche, and you may not end up being a quarterback. You might end up finding joy at a different position that's, a later point or whatever. But I think that just being able to make plays right now is like the key for what you're doing at your age group. And you're really good at that. So they'll see a nice athletic talent there. Thomas, I know that you put in a lot of work. You go to camps and things like that. Have there been any camps that you've been to recently that you feel like have really helped you or was good competition or anything like that?
I went to the MVP camp last week in Atlanta. I really enjoyed that. I like the experience there. And I'm going up to the Elite 11 camp next weekend.
Oh, that's awesome. We'll shout out to you for, attending those camps and good luck next week at the Elite 11. That's really awesome. Is there an area of your game, Tom, that you've identified and you say, okay, if I can get better at this specific thing, I can take my game to another level?
Yeah, most definitely. My arm strength, getting bigger, stronger, faster, uh, and also being able to read the defense. As you progress, you have to be able to read the defense and identify coverages.
Yeah.
But so I'm working on that. I'm working on getting bigger, stronger, faster, because I'm going into high school now, so I'm playing against bigger people, adults really. So
Yeah.
I have to get, bigger, getting
Yeah.
in stuff like that.
Absolutely, Tom. I think that that's great. I think it's really great when athletes can identify specific areas of their game to work on, because I think as you make the step to high school, your athleticism and stuff will carry over. But I really think that it's focusing on like, okay, I know my arm strength can get better if I put in the work, or if I hit the weights, like those identifying those specific things that you can really hone in on to take your game to another level. I'd like to challenge athletes to name those areas. A lot of athletes will just say, "Oh, I'm working on everything," which you are. I know you are, but it's good to kind of identify some real areas you guys can key in on and put some hard work into. I want to ask you a little bit about off the field stuff. What are some things you like to do when you're not in school, when you're not playing football for fun?
Um, well, I play other sports too. I run track and I do baseball, and basketball. hmm That I think I just like to play sports all year, because sports can translate to each other. Like running track, it'll help you get faster, and football and stuff like that. Like basketball, hand-eye coordination,
Yeah, yeah, totally. I'm a big basketball fan. What position do you play in basketball?
shooting guard and small forward,
Okay, well, that's cool. Do your thing on the basketball court. Baseball too. What position do you play in baseball?
uh, center field and left field.
Okay, awesome. Well, I think it's great to do sports year round too. I think that that's awesome. Like you said, I mean, I think that was a very wise statement you made, saying that it translates to different, track can translate to football, and the hand-eye coordination from, basketball and even baseball can translate to football and all that stuff. They kind of can overlap. This is the most important question I'm going to ask you, and I like to ask this to every athlete that interviews with me for the first time. What is in your headphones before a big game to get you pumped up to go out there and make plays?
To be honest, I don't even listen to music before my games. I think the biggest thing that helps me before playing a game is taking a nap, because
Right.
I'm relaxed, I'm cool, I'm calm. And that's one of the key features of playing quarterback. You got to be cool, calm, collective throughout the whole game. So I think
Yeah.
taking a nap really helps before each game.
All right. Well, y'all heard it from Thomas Winston IV. Taking a nap is the major key to success out there on the football field. Tom, I always ask that question because I'm not really looking for necessarily you to be like, "Oh, I listen to Lil Baby," because I get that answer all the time. But sometimes y'all give me these little gems of like, "Hey, I don't even listen to music. I do this." Like one athlete told me they meditated, and you're telling me you take a nap. Like, I think that it's really cool that some people say I listen to Lil Baby. So I think, like I said, like I think it's really cool that everyone does something different to get themselves in that mode to go out there and make plays. And if taking a nap is what works for you, Tom, you're cool. You feel, what, I can feel your cool, calm, and collective energy through the Zoom right now. So I think that that's working for you, man. I want to thank you for joining me on Monday Morning Quarterback. This is 2026 quarterback Thomas Winston IV. Thomas, thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.